Hi, I'm Lisa O'Flaherty, and I am a Senior Solutions Engineer here at Exact JobBOSS. Today I'd like to take just a couple minutes of your time to talk to you about labor tracking with data collection. Now, labor tracking out on the shop floor can be a difficult thing. A lot of companies are using time cards where people are writing down what they're doing all day long, but the inaccuracies of that often are very frustrating for companies. Companies that are successfully tracking labor out on their floors are typically doing it electronically. With JobBOSS, you can track data electronically a number of different ways that we'll talk about in a little bit. But it's important to know that tracking data electronically can give your company two huge benefits. The first is you won't have the inaccuracies of manual time cards. Number one person is writing it down and the other person is inputting the data, which means that you have two people having to touch the same data. That is very inefficient. The other is that oftentimes just trying to interpret what's on those time cards and what they wrote down and what job we should really be putting the time to can be very tough. A lot of times, the time doesn't even get to the job the way that it should be because it's not the right job. Our people on the shop floor tend to also round their time when they're putting it on time cards. So the accuracies of what the data is that's going in isn't really there. Also, with manual time cards, you're not getting real-time information. That information is a day behind, maybe sometimes a week behind. And so with electronic data capturing, you have the ability to see real-time exactly where your jobs are at. This gives you excellent customer service for your customers. When they call and want to know where their job is at, you're going to be able to go right into the system, see exactly where the job is, who's worked on it, and how many hours are remaining. That kind of information now might make you have to call back the customer because you're going to have to go out on the shop floor just to find out any of that information. Now, tracking data electronically with data collection also gives you a lot of different hardware options. Here at Exact JobBOSS, we give you hardware options with Windows-based capabilities as well as internet or mobile capabilities. What this does is let your company choose what kind of hardware makes sense. Some of you may already have PCs or laptops out on the shop floor that you can just simply install onto and get going right away. Some of you might want to use the barcoding option, which is just simply a plug-and-play device that plugs right into the USB port of those stations. Now, others of you might want to go a more mobile route with using tablets or phones. A lot of times, this helps your employees adapt more quickly to using it because they're already used to those types of devices in their daily life. Now, I could sit here and talk all day about the benefits of having and using data collection for labor tracking out on your shop floor. But more importantly, it's going to come best from our customers showing you how great it works for them. What I'd like to show you is how StealHead Metal Corporation uses it in their facility. And they have been utilizing data collection and making it very successful for their business. Here's how they do it.
My name is Eddie Garcia with StealHead Metal Corporation. StealHead Metal is a full sheet metal machining powder coat facility, and we had a need to incorporate data collection. This is one of our welding work cells that generates a lot of metal dust, and we didn't want to install PCs with desks and all of the fans and openings and have to deal with that in this environment. So we decided to go with a 10-inch HP tablet, Windows based. We designed a custom enclosure, mounted it on an articulating arm, utilized a USB scanner and a stylus. Our operators will utilize the stylus, the scanner, to get into the database collection unit, using it for login Now it says logged in as of today at 8 o'clock. Log out. We also use it for data collection as far as operation start. We will scan an operation on a traveler. And it will show up on our daily work list. We're able to select, put in quantities, scrap if needed, floor notes, if the operation is complete or not. There's also a function if I do not have an operation barcode, for example, a time and material job, we can input a job number. We can either look up the current router or add a routing step of our own. Now I'm in that job underneath Fab. It is an easy interface to use. I'm going to log out. I'm done. And I've shown you an example of how our operators utilize the JobBOSS Moto Data Collection.